My beast looks very fetching. I passed several students sunk deep into the armchairs of the Dryadology Department common room, an open space beyond the faculty offices that boasts a cosy fireplace, unlit on this warm September day, as well as an impressive row of windows taller than several men, with little half-moons of stained glass at the top, which face the Gothic grandeur of the Library of Medicine, its proximity the subject of innumerable wry remarks concerning a dryadologist's susceptibility to strange injuries. In one corner is a bronze urn filled with salt. Campus legend has it this began as a joke, but many a wave-faced undergraduate has visited this vessel to stuff their pockets after sitting through their first lecture on whites. Not that there is much to worry about, as we do not ordinarily have folk wandering into the department to hear what we mortals are saying about them, Wendell accepted. The thick rugs scattered on the floor must be trodden on with care, for they are lumpy from the coins stuffed beneath them. Like the salt, this tradition most likely originated as a humorous diversion rather than any serious design to ward the folk away from our halls, and has now largely devolved into a sort of good luck ritual, with students pressing a halfpenny into the floor before an exam or dissertation. Less superstitious young scholars have also been known to raid this lowly hoard for pub money. Shadow gave a happy grunt when we stepped outside. He is ordinarily a quiet dog, and plunged into the sunlit grass, snuffling about for snails and other edibles. I followed at a more sedate walk, enjoying the sun on my face, as well as the cool edge to the wind that heralded the coming autumn. Just past the main Dryadology building was the ivy-clad magnificence of the Library of Dryadology, which overlooks a lawn dotted with trees known in this part of Britain as faerie favourites, yew and willow. Several students were napping beneath the largest of these, a great hoary willow believed, erroneously, I'm afraid, to be the home of a sleeping leprechaun who will one day awaken and stuff the pockets of the nearest slumberer he encounters with gold. I felt a pleasant sense of kinship as I passed into the shadow of that library. I can hear Wendell mocking me for having familial feelings for a library, but I don't care. It's not as if he reads my personal journals, though he is not above teasing me for continuing the journaling habit after we left Useland. I seem unable to quit it. I find it greatly helps me organise my thoughts. I continued to gaze at the library as the path rounded a corner, unwisely, as it happened, for I collided with a man walking in the opposite direction, so forcefully I nearly lost my footing. "I'm so sorry," I began, but the man only rudely waved my apology away. He was holding a great quantity of ribbons in his hands, which he seemed to be in the process of tying together. "Have you any more?" he demanded. "These won't be enough." "I'm afraid not," I replied cautiously. The man was dressed oddly for the weather, in a long, fur-lined cloak and tremendous boots extending to his knees. In addition to the ribbons in his hands, he had a long chain of them looped multiple times round his neck, and more spilling from his pockets. They were a highly eclectic assemblage, varied in both colour and size. Between the ribbons and his considerable height, the man had the look of a maypole given human form. He was perhaps in the latter stages of middle age, with mostly brown hair, a shade or two lighter than his skin, as if bleached by the elements, and a scraggly white beard. "They won't be enough for what?" I inquired. The man gave me the most inexplicable glare. There was something familiar about that look that I could not put my finger on, though I was certain I had never met this strange person before. I felt a shiver glide along my neck like the brush of a cold fingertip. "The path is eternal," he said.